My name is John Nininger. I'm the owner and founder of the Wooden House Company in Wells River, Vermont, which is in Newbury, Vermont. I've been building log homes, handcrafted log homes there since 1988. We use all native timber, mostly eastern white pine, some eastern cedar, which is what the shelter in the museum is made of. We never go more than 100 miles to get our timber. Yeah, I worked for the AMC Trail Crew from 76 to 79, and during that time got to work on Carlo Call's shelter in the Mahoosic Mountains. And that was in 76. That was actually my first year. And that was in the days when we would cut the trees in the woods, in the mountains, with axes, do all the work with axes, and carry the logs to the site and put everything up by hand. So there was no machines. It was just a big bunch of young, strong guys. This shelter here is an Adirondack-style lean-to or shelter, which is typically from the Adirondacks in the New York State, but they're seen pretty much all over the place for hiking trails. So it's a pretty standard design. The design we modeled it after specifically was the Eliza Brook shelter on the Appalachian Trail in New Hampshire. The construction method is a centuries-old construction method from Scandinavia and Russia and Eastern Europe. It's called Scandinavian chinkless style construction, or Swedish cope, or full scribe. Those are all terms that are used to describe the type of construction. And the way the logs are fitted together is what it's all about. Instead of flattening two sides of the logs and making them the same dimension, the taper of the logs remains in the natural taper of the log remains in the log. The logs are flip-flopped to keep the walls level, and then the logs are scribed together individually, one log at a time, so that the natural contours of each log fit perfectly to the log below it. So there's really no flattening of logs. It's a coping system originally using all hand tools. Nowadays we use chainsaws, but we still use a lot of hand tools, and the techniques are basically the same as they were literally hundreds of years ago. We're thrilled to be able to build a shelter specifically for this exhibit and have it in this museum. It's a real honor. These mountains especially, I've grown up here. My father took me hiking here all my life, and it's just a real honor to be part of this and to be able to give back to the mountains that helped raise me and be such an important part of my life.